Thank you. And another thing that's been wonderful is that when I was going through my deconstruction period, I pretty much put everything away, and I don't know. I didn't want to be in the same patterns that I was, because I started to even question that. And
Sure.
no one
Sure.
can take your experiences away, but I really wanted to be authentic and not just be, following something that I thought I should do. Because people always told me I had a prophetic gift, but I thought, well, I don't want that if it's not real. And I wanted to know what's real. And I told God, I'm going to have to walk away, but I will come back on my own terms, which sounds very, narcissistic or something, to speak to spirit that way. But my heart was that I'll come back when I know. And so with your teaching, with the, the languages and the YouTube and other people, who are on sharing things, I'm like, hey, all right, I've come back to myself. This was the real deal. Lots of other stuff in my life that wasn't too great, but so I'm thankful.
I'm thankful. I'm thankful that we've been able to help you. I'm thankful that you've opened your heart, you've shared it. I'm thankful that you took a chance, and in opening up, because that's the beauty of being able to open up and share. We can see each other's heart, and that is such a gift. That is truly a gift. And so, the languages are bringing incredible people together. I mean, I never ever dreamed when we opened up our YouTube channel that the outpouring of love that I'm experiencing from this would ever happen. I mean, look at our relationship. I never thought that would happen. That didn't even cross my mind. I was like, there's this information I want people to hear because it's transformed my life, and maybe a handful of people will see it. I don't know what else to do with it. I'm in a little town. I don't really have relationships with people here. I've tried, but it's all surface everywhere. And so maybe. And now, here we are. It's incredible. I'm so blessed.
And it's funny, isn't it? It's funny how, I know it doesn't always happen this way, but how how the divine the spirit would speak to us when we're both introverts.
I know.
And then when I first had these things happen, and these pictures, and I was told to write, and I would write things that were just flowing, and they weren't anything I was dreaming up. I knew that there was something beyond me, but I remember telling the Lord, I'm not going to be giving out any words to anybody. But the beautiful thing is that, it wasn't out loud, but it spoke to me in my heart, saying, when I give you something, it's going to be specific for a person, for what they're going through, but it's going to be universal for the whole body. The truth.
Oh my gosh, that's so fantastic.
I didn't think that in my pride and ignorance. I thought this message was for these people that were really goofing up. And you know what? This message is for me. During COVID, everybody was cleaning out their clothes and everything. I made it through the spice cabinet and some of those things. But lately, I've been cleaning things out, and I've been looking at, oh my gosh, how many things I bought, clothes that I'll never wear till the end, until I die. And I've been looking at this now, and I'm thinking, I'm not beating myself up, but I'm thinking so many things coming to light. We all have these columns. We all have these dead trees around us, so we can be, I don't know, we can think that they are an extension of ourselves. That's what it said.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's so interesting about that? Because I'm seeing it, that our egos are extension of our true self. They're not really who we are. Who we are is that garden tree. That is what bears the fruit. That's the Christ in us, right? That is that anointing waiting to happen. That is just, it's, and we see sparks of it. We see a little bit of fruit here and there. And then we have these giant trees around us that are all the masks that we wear.
I know it.
And we don't realize that. Well, no. And how could you? Because at that point, we didn't have all that photon light energy coming in to help expand our consciousness. So we could only take what limited light we had based upon the programming that we had to try to comprehend what it was saying to us. But the spirit, the unseen essence, because it's eternal, has all the patience in the world. So when it takes us like 15, 20 years, 30, 40 years to be able to really grasp a hold of it, it's nothing in lieu of eternity. It's just a moment, it's a blip. But yet for us, while we're living the experience, it can seem like a lifetime to get from place to place, from that crossing over, getting out of our diapause time into a new revelation, so that the fruit of that tree can then crowd out or cut out that which is not real. Yeah. Because that tree is always tapped into the water source. I mean, that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful to explain the journey of what it looks like from like Aleph to Tav. You know, what does that look like? Truly.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing that.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening.
Like I said, you always do it to me. You always do it to me.
Well, we'll have to do another session when you're not busy, and a couple after Christmas, because I got more to share with you.
Oh, I love listening. I love listening. You have so much wisdom.
Well, I don't know if it's wisdom, but it's just
it is
stuff I'm holding on in there, you know, and it almost feels like it wants to burst out, and I'm kind of shy, but anyway.
Well, I would never tell it with our time with each other. I mean, I love it. You, like I said, I do see it as wisdom because it's through your life experience. And I have much more to learn. I don't have it all. I certainly don't have it all. And respecting my elders, those who have walked before me, you know, until we all get our memories back, you know, we're all kind of fumbling around in this, trying to figure out what this game is all about, what life is all about. So I treasure when I can hear things from wisdom, from those who've walked further in their shoes than I have. So we're all learning from each other.
Yeah,
we are. We're walking together.